Because of its rich and turbulent history, Macedonia's got a fascinating story to tell, but it doesn't have the loudest voice, and when I was researching this trip, there was very little tourist info online and I couldn't find a pocket guide on Amazon. So I've made this video to give you a quick rundown on the essential things you need to know about visiting Skopje.
I've just arrived at a very sunny and tiny airport in Skopje, and I'm just about to get the bus, which costs about £1.80, I think.
That bus takes about 25 minutes to get to the city centre, and it will drop you off outside the big Holiday Inn or the shopping centre, and most hotels are walkable from there. Before leaving the airport, make sure you pick up a Macedonian SIM card. For £8 you can get about 5 gigabytes worth of data, which is more than enough for maps, googling, Instagram and Grindr, or whatever you want to get up to, I don't know. Trust me though, at times you will come to rely on your mobile phone in Skopje. More on this later. ATMs are dotted around the city, and it's very difficult to spend more than a tenner a day. A good meal out costs as little as £2 or £3, and a glass of wine or a pint of beer is usually less than £1.50. Most places accept cards, so don't take out too much money because you might end up in a Brewster's Millions scenario. The fabulous news is that there's a lot to do and discover in Skopje. That said, the Macedonians are not going to make it easy for you. Finding museums and exhibits can be a fun challenge in itself. There hasn't been a lot of investment in making the capital tourist friendly, so there's groundwork to do on your part, and you're going to have to assume that your plans might change when you turn up to find something randomly closed or that you just can't find the entrance. My absolute favourite experience was finally tracking down the front doors to the Museum of Macedonia at around lunchtime and having the receptionist open the building for me and literally turn on all the lights. She then accidentally locked me in later on. But that's the beauty of Skopje, because it's one of those places where half the excitement comes from discovering things. So I'm not going to provide an extensive list of tourist attractions because I think that will ruin the experience for you, but I will give you a flavour of what you can expect. With its mix of Byzantine and Ottoman architecture, the Old Bazaar was my favourite place to spend time. This is where you'll find a mixture of fabulous churches and mosques, marketplaces and museums, and cafes and cats. Lots and lots of cats. At the top of the Old Bazaar is the entrance to Kale Fortress.
Kale Fortress is easy to find and it's free entry, but it's a bit weird. There's lots of bits of barbed wire and no-go areas and no information. So if you like your tourist attractions like a level in Fortnite, this is the place for you. It's interesting.
Back down towards town is Bit Pazar, which is Turkish for flea market. It's one of the largest outdoor markets in the Balkans, and because it's so big and sprawling, you can easily lose yourself for a couple of hours in this marketplace. The last thing I want to talk about is that big giant neon cross thing that you can see there in the background on the top of Vodno Mountain. You can visit it by getting the number 25 bus from the bus station for free. That will take you to the cable car, which runs every day except for Mondays and the last Tuesday of the month and public holidays. Aside from the novelty of seeing a giant cross, there are some really stunning views at the top of the mountain. There's an elevator inside the cross, but like most things in Skopje, it is kaput. And finally, if you're a travel nerd completionist like I am, the other exciting thing you can do is a day trip to Europe's newest capital, Pristina, in Kosovo. It's a 90-minute drive away, and there are plenty of tour operators who'll help you with this. But be aware that your passport will be stamped, and if you're planning on going to Serbia anytime soon, this could be problematic. I hope this video was useful to you. I spent 3 days in Skopje in mid-October and it was nothing but sunshine and surprises, and it cost less than £300. The people are friendly and the capital really comes to life at night time. Macedonia is absolutely charming and I cannot recommend it enough.